Hello everyone. So today I'm going to tell you guys that today I have some bad news. Now, one thing I should mention before I tell you guys about what happened, there's one thing in particular I want to talk about. That being, of course, that this video was originally going to be different. What I mean by that is, originally I was going to show a picture of, of Bert, and then, and then talk over that like usual. Well, actually, I don't know if I would say like usual, but the point I'm trying to get at is that I figured I would make this video this way, because to be honest, this video it's more special this way, if that makes sense. So it's open or chair. Like I said, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I just figured I'd talk about that. So it's open or chair. Okay. And then before we get started, or before I tell you guys about about what happened, there's also, there's two more things I also want to talk about. The first thing is that I'm sorry for the background. I'm sorry if you can see my bins and stuff in the background. But I'm sorry with that, and I'm sorry, I'm sorry with that. Like I said, that was my hand, but that's besides the point. The point I'm trying to get at is I figured I'd talk about that. And then that's also another thing I want to talk about too, is that I'm sorry for any background noise. But one more thing in particular I want to talk about before we get on to what actually happened. There's one more thing I want to talk about, and that of course is that it's been a while since I made a video like this, so I'm trying to get used to it again. But like I said, I'm sorry with that. But anyways, but like usual, let me finally tell you about what happened. Yeah, but like I said, but one thing I should mention is that before I tell you about what happened, one thing I should mention is that I told people on Discord about what happened. Everyone they understood, which of course I'm really happy about that. And that's one thing I will say is that, like I've said before, I'll say it again. Like I said, for the people that I told about this so far, I just want to say that I really appreciate everyone's support during this time. Like I said, I really appreciate it. But now, like usual, let me finally tell you about what happened. So for those of you who don't know, recently I lost someone very close to me, and this person we lost, like I said, the person we lost was that person was my father, or that person was my dad. Now, one thing I should mention is that as of today, it's been officially a week since we lost him. Well, more specifically as of Monday. But more specifically as of Monday, it's officially been a week since we lost my dad. And to be honest, it's been rough to say the least. It's been something. Like I said, pretty much what I'm trying to say is that it's been a hard time for me and my family. And one thing I should mention is that when it comes to this type of video, this is a video I try not to make that often. The only time I make this video is about when, when this happens. And to be honest, this is something I don't want to think about, and this is something I never want to think about, since this type of thing, like I said, this type of video, this is a video that I never want to make, since honestly, though, like I've said before, but I'll say it again, it's a sad time, and it's a hard time. But like I said, but honestly, though, it's a sad time. That's about the only thing I can say about that. And to be honest, like I said, I've been meaning to make this video for a while, but that's something I knew I wanted. But that's something I knew I wanted before making this video, is that I wanted to have time before making this video. That's why I waited till now to make this video. So I hope you guys understand about that. So it's fun to share. But speaking of time, that's also another thing I want to talk about too, is that after this video, I'll see if I'm making a tribute video. After this video, I'll see if I'm making a tribute video for my dad. And that video's, like I said, but that video will come out either today or tomorrow. But the point I'm trying to get at is that, hold on, give me a second here. I'm sorry, like I said, I just needed a second. I'm sorry about that. But like I said, but that's also one thing I should mention, is that I'm trying not to cry, but it's just, like I said, it's a hard time. But like I said, but the point I'm trying to get at is that after I make that tribute video, like I said, but the point I'm trying to get at is that after I make that tribute video, I'm probably not going to make anything for a while. Like I said, I'll probably see about posting things again sometime either later on this month or early next month. But like I said, but I just figured I'd talk about that. So the point I'm trying to get at is that, like I said, the point I'm trying to get at is that I'm gonna need more. The point I'm trying to get at is that I'm gonna need more time from this, since even though I made these type of videos before, but this one, like I said, this one clip. But like I said, I'm sorry about that. Like I said, I'm not trying to get my words mixed up, but what I'm trying to say is that this video in particular, like I said, it's different than the other ones that I made about this topic. But like I said, because like I said, the person we lost this time, like I said, that person was my dad, and of course, since my dad, like I said, me and my dad, we were always close. So because of that, that's why this one hits close to home, and that's why this one, like I said, that's why this one in particular, like it's more close to here, close to the heart, and so yes, we're not sure. Like I said, but because of that, like I said. Because of that, like I said, that's why I waited to make this video, and because of that, that's why I'm gonna wait to make some more videos. Like I said, the video I'll make, like I said, the point I'm trying to get at is that the video I'll see what I'm making after this is, like I said, I'll see if I'm making a tribute video for my dad, and then after that, I'll see if I'm taking a break for a while until like I said, until either later on this month or early next month. But either way, like I said, I will see about making videos again just after some time. So like I said, so either later on this month or early next month, I'll get back to posting things. But to wrap up this video, there's one thing I want to mention is that, like I said, I've said before, but I'll say it again. Like I said, I'm sorry if I had to keep taking a moment to, I'm saying, to calm myself. Like I said, I just don't, like I said, I really don't want to cry in this, but like that's something I have been doing. Is of course I've been doing some crying since. Like so, that makes sense. Since that's one thing that we've all been doing. Is that like that's something we've all needed to do was have a good cry. And like I said, that's something I was trying not to do in this. So I'm sorry if I almost cried during this. But like I said, I hope you guys understand about that. But one thing I should mention is that, like I said, I'm sorry about, like I said, what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that I'm sorry about how this video is. Like I said, it's been a while since I made a video like this, and like I said, I just needed the time. Like I said, I just needed time to like figure out, what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but to be honest, this is one of those times I actually don't know much. To be honest, this is one of those times I actually don't know much to say about this. But like I said, but that's something I knew I wanted to tell people about what happened. So that's why I figured I'd tell you guys. That's why I figured I'd tell you guys about what happened. So it's been a show. But one thing I also want to mention is that I'm sorry for any background noise. I think I mentioned that before, but I'll mention it again. Like I said, I'm sorry for any background noise. Yeah, but put in a chair. Okay. To wrap up, like I said, once again, what I'm trying to say is that, but like I said, but to wrap up this video, there's two more things I want to mention. Is that for one, I'm sorry for how I look in this video. Like I said, it's been a while since I made a video like this, so like I said, I'm sorry for how I look in this. And then the other thing I want to mention is that I'm sorry if I kept getting my words mixed up. Like I said, I'm sorry. But like I said, I'm sorry that I was getting my words mixed up. But like I said, I'm sorry at that. But pretty much, yeah. But to wrap up this video, that's one thing I want to mention is that, like I said, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I just want to thank you all so much for the support during this time. Like I said, I mainly want to thank all the people on Discord that I told about this, since like so they're about the only people that I told about this so far. But now that I'm telling you guys about that, like I said, any support, all the support that I got and that I get from this, I just want to say I really appreciate it. Like I said, this time it's been a hard time for me and my family, and like I said, these type of videos I never want to make, but that's something I knew I wanted to make this video to let you guys know about what happened. Since like I said, my dad, he was like, me and my dad, we were always close, and my dad, he was one of the people that, that really supported. Like I said, my dad was one of those. What I'm trying to say is that my dad, he was one of the people that always supported what I do, and about these videos that I make. Since like I said, when it comes to these videos, I make these videos for fun. But like I said, I mean, of course, well, to be fair, this video in particular, like this isn't fun, and videos like this, yeah, no, they aren't fun. But the point I'm trying to get is that every other video I make, like I said, I make for fun. But this video, yeah, like I said, this video is not fun. I just want to clarify that now, that this video, it's not fun. I'm not having fun with this video. This video is, it's a sad time. But the point I'm trying to get at is that, like I said, me and my dad were always close, and like I said, I've said before, but I'll say it again. Like I said, I'll miss my dad. I always will. Like I said, I'll miss my dad. Always have, always will. Like I said, I don't know if I'd say always have, but you know what I'm saying. But I'll miss my dad. And like I said, I always loved my dad. Always have, always will. But one more thing I want to mention about my dad is that my dad, he was one of the main people. He was one of the main people that got my Thomas stuff for me, and I always appreciated it. That's one thing I always made sure to do. Is I always made sure to thank people no matter what. And my dad, like I said, I always made sure to thank my dad no matter what. So like I said, I just want to say about that. Just finish, yeah. Okay. But with that, that's pretty much everything I want to say. So once again, I just want to say thanks for watching, and bye everyone. Bye.